One thing that I really was food for thought last time was your story, Liam. I was feeling really bad and I was very jealous and I was punching my wall late at night that I could not match your great table tennis story. So I was like looking through my recent stories and none of them was as good, but I remembered a really funny story because recently I think I had like a caffeine overdose because I was still drinking coffee at like 6.
Oh, caffeine?
As a caffeine?
Right. I just point that out because at first I heard cocaine. So I just wanted to clarify.
So the other day, I had a cocaine overdose.
That's the new title.
Yeah.
Manu had cocaine overdose.
Manu ODs on cocaine and hails Satan.
On Christmas Day.
And then 5 months later, it's like another clip. Manu ODs on cocaine. In brackets again. I really love coffee in general, and I recently have dialed down my coffee consumption. So I have like a rule that I try to not drink coffee after 2 p.m. because I think at some point it had like a really bad impact on my sleep. But then the other day I was really tired because I had slept really badly and I still needed to work. And so I was like, you know that feeling when you're like, I get that sometimes from sport as well, but when you like lie in bed and you're kind of like tired, but your body's like still really energetic because of whatever.
Every night.
Oh shit, that's not good.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Do you want the
You need to get yourself checked out, Liam.
I have a lot of trouble sleeping, but this is your traumatic, potentially
Thank you.
jerk-off story. I don't know where this is going, but you're trying to top me, so let's see where it goes.
Anyways, okay, this is also a story from my childhood. It's not as funny, but I thought it, like, I remembered it. We were basically going to a vacation house with my parents, and I was allowed to bring a friend that was like in Austria. In that period of my life, I was really into iced tea. We bought like these big 2-liter boxes, like packs of iced tea. I love everything cold, so I put like a chunk of ice cubes in there. And I think for 6 or 7, like we bought 4 or 5 of these 2-liter packs. I think it was supposed to last for like 10 days. The 10 days we went there. I think me alone on that, like, because I was hanging out with my friend and I was like, fuck, so much iced tea. So I chucked down, I think, at least 2 of these cans, 4 liters of iced tea. And from the morning we arrived, basically till like 10 in the evening. And my friend didn't like iced tea so much. They had like 1 glass and he was like, that's enough. I'll be a reasonable human person. I think I was like 12 or something, or 13 or 14. No, I think I was actually more like 14, 15. And so at some point, it was like 12 or something, my friend was like, I'm so tired, let's just sleep. And I was like, yeah, it was a long day traveling here, let's sleep. I lay down in my bed and I was like, what the hell's happening? So I was just lying like on cocaine, like probably in my bed, eyes wide. I was like, what's happening to my body? So what nobody had told me was that iced tea has actually a shit ton of caffeine in it, because it's tea.
So much.
Yeah,
so
tea is,
much,
I think, not quite as bad as coffee, but still consider it. And so what I did, like, after like an hour of like my heart racing, pumping out of my chest and my throat, I was like, I think I'm dying. I think I'm overdosing on iced tea right now. So I ran to my parents' bedroom. Both of them are doctors. And I was like, yo, what's happening? Like, I'm as awake as I've ever been in my life and my heart's just pounding. And they were like, well, that was probably all the iced tea you drank today, because there's a shit ton of caffeine in it. And I was like, oh, is that what it was? And they were like, yeah, no kidding, fuckface. Of course that's what it was. And I'm like, why didn't you
Just stop me.
So my parents were like, I don't know, you're like an adult now, you have to learn to deal with stuff by yourself. I think the line they said was, some experience you just have to make. So they were like, well, we're gonna keep sleeping now, you just make sure not to wake anyone up. So what I ended up doing was, at 2 a.m, I started like hiking around the mountains for 7 hours straight. I did not sleep like a single hour that entire night. And it was, I think I've never had iced tea ever since, at least in larger quantities.
The craziest part is that you went out hiking. That would never occur to me, to go hiking at 2 a.m.
Well, it was summer, so it was warm.
But I guess it's the cocaine.
Must be the
Cocaine makes you do crazy things.